If you're a coach, you've probably thought a lot about your next high-ticket offer, your mastermind, planning out your sales pages, hiring a copywriter, but maybe you haven't thought much about the legal stuff that goes into that. Worry not, I'm Maria Spira-Alice, lawyer for coaches, healers, and content creators, and I've got a little checklist for you. Got a pen and paper, or maybe just your phone? Ready? Let's go. Thing number one, you want to make sure you're familiar with any ethical codes, standards, rules that applies to your specific industry. If you're a registered dietitian, if you're a chiropractor, whatever you are, make sure you know the rules that apply to you in your state and, follow them. Thing number two, contracts. I love a good contract. Contracts are your friend. Don't get intimidated by contracts. Contracts are there to make sure that you and your clients are on the same page. So important things to hammer out in there might be services. You want to be abundantly clear what exactly you're doing for your client. And this can be important because a client can have a misunderstanding and say, hey, I thought you were going to do this. Well, if it's clear and laid out in your contract, then you can easily go back to a document and handle that conversation very quickly. That's a biggie. Also things like termination, what happens if they want to cancel, when is payment due, how much are they paying you, any disclaimers, all that stuff is wrapped up into a contract. Thing three, insurance. Not exactly a legal thing, but a lot of times people get fuzzy when it comes to insurance versus forming an LLC. An LLC formation is good. It can help you to eliminate any personal liability for any claims or anything that might go wrong in your business. And insurance is also good because insurance helps to guard you from having to shell out thousands and thousands of dollars. But insurance has limits. So that's where the LLC protection comes in too. But still, you want some kind of liability insurance in place to protect you, any workers that you have, and of course your clients too. Thing four, privacy and confidentiality. Privacy can come into play when you're talking about privacy policies on your website, and that applies to any information that you collect from users on your website and telling them what you're collecting and how you're using it. Confidentiality is a little bit different. It can apply to personal and confidential information that your clients share with you, and it can also apply to information that you share with any contractors or workers, making sure that it stays confidential because guess what? There's no default rule that says that anybody has to keep confidential information confidential unless there's a contract that says so. Thing five, my favorite, intellectual property. You gotta think about your intellectual property or IP. That's your creative content, that's your brand, your trademarks, and that can include logos, it can include word marks, it can include your main brand name, it can include names of your packages or your podcast or other things that might be, supporting roles in your brand. And that creative content, of course, is copyright territory, which can be anything from your website to your freebie, to your course content, to your podcast. Finally, there's marketing. You want to make sure and market your services fairly. That means making sure that everything's accurate. That means using disclaimers when you need to use disclaimers. This is not medical advice type disclaimers, but also affiliate link disclaimers and disclaimers on your blog or your website, or even sponsored posts where they need to be. So those are those 6 things. Let's go back through them. Ethical standards, contracts, insurance, privacy and confidentiality, IP, and marketing. Hope this helps, and I'll see you next time. Head to spear-ip.com to the Legal Apothecary website and sign up for my quick 10-minute delicious training where you can watch me go through a website in real time and spot the legal hotspots that I see whenever I review someone's website. You can follow along with your own website. Again, that's spear-ip.com.